everyone, my name is DHARSHANA and I will start off our group presentation. Our topic is about pedophilia. This is a very serious and sensitive issue, and it's important that we understand what it really means. Pedophilia is when an adult or older teenager feels sexual attraction toward young children, usually those who are under 13 years old. These feelings are not just passing thoughts. They often stay in a person's mind for a very long time and can affect their behavior. In the medical field, if these feelings cause stress to the person or if they lead to actions that hurt children, it is known as a mental disorder. This is explained in the DSM-5, which is a guide doctors use to diagnose mental health conditions. Nowadays, more people are becoming more aware of this issue. One reason is because of the serious emotional damage it causes to the children. Another reason is the internet. While the internet helps us in many ways, it also makes it easier for some people to reach and harm children through online platforms. Some use it to trick or groom children, or to share harmful content, which is very worrying. One thing we need to understand is that not everyone who has these thoughts commits a crime. Some people are aware of their thoughts, are wrong, and want to get help. But many of them are too afraid to speak up because they are fear of being judged and punished. Because of this, they suffer in silence and can be dangerous. At the same time, the children who become victims face long-term effects, while many deal with traumas, depression, anxiety, and problems with trust and relationships. Their studies, personal lives, and confidence can be affected. So this problem does not only affect one person, it impacts families, schools, and the community as a whole. This is why our group chose to present on this topic. We believe that by understanding the issue better, we can prevent harm, protect children, and also support those who need help before something bad happens. In our report, we are focusing on 3 main points. First, we explain how pedophilia is defined in psychology and how it is diagnosed. Second, we talk about how this behavior affects victims, families, and society, including the emotional and legal impact. Thirdly, we look at what kinds of treatments and support are available to help these people who are struggling with this problem, especially before they act on it. This is all from me for the introduction. Thank you for listening.
Hi everyone, I am Navu and I'll be explaining some important terms so it's easier to understand this topic. First, let's look at the word pedophilia. Pedophilia is when adult or an older teenager feels sexually attracted to children who are still very young, usually under the age of 13 and not yet go through puberty. Just having this feeling is not crime, but if the person feels very stressed about it or ends up acting on it and hurting child, it's a become mental disorder. This is called a pedophilia disorder, and it's something that mental health experts take seriously. This condition is explained in medical books used by pedopsychiatrists and doctors like the DSM-5. These books help professionals understand and treat people who need help. In Malaysia, this issue goes completely against our national education philosophy. That philosophy wants to help people grow to be balanced in all areas, including the thinking, emotional, religion, and physical health. Pedophilia clearly shows a failure in this area, especially when it causes harm to a child. It also breaks the values in our Ruku Negara. For example, belief in God reminds us to be kind and respectful to others. The rule of law means people must be punished if they break the law. And constancy and morality means we should behave and protect people who are weak, especially children. So, pedophilia and any form of child abuse go against everything our country stands for. Now I will explaining why this problem still happens in our country, even though we have a strong values and religion thinkings. There are few reasons. Some of them are personal. For example, a person may have a brain difference, childhood trauma, or other mental health problem. These things can affect how to person thinks and acts. Other reasons come from problem in society. In many cases, people are afraid to talk about this issue. Victim feels scared or ashamed. Some families try to hide the truth because they feel impressed. Sometimes even when a crime is reported, nothing much is done. This allows the problems to continue. Another issue is that many schools do not provide proper sex education. Children are not taught how to protect themselves. Parents and teachers may also not know how to talk about this topic or how to help. This shows that even though we have two national education philosophy and Rukun Negara, we are not fully using them to protect children. The education philosophy teaches us to grow into people with strong values and good character. When child abuse happens, it shows that these values were not taught or followed properly. The Rukun Negara also reminds us to respect others, follows the law, and believe in doing the right thing. But when abuse is ignored or hidden, these values are broken. To fix this, we need better education, more open conversation, and strong support system in schools, homes, and communities. Everyone has a role to play to make sure children are safe and protected.
Hi everyone, I'm KIRTIGAH and I will explain how pedophilia affect our society, especially here in Malaysia. First, the most obvious impact is on the victim. Children who go through this kind of abuse often suffer from serious emotional and mental problems. Many feel scared, ashamed, anxious or depressed. They might also have trouble trusting people and even struggle in school and social life. Sadly, this effect can last for a very long time. It also affects the families. Parents feel confused, guilty or helpless, especially if they don't know how to support their children. On top of that, people in the community might start to lose trust those who work with children, such as teachers and religious leaders. Pedophilia also put pressure on our legal and healthcare system. Police, court and hospital have to deal with more cases and support the victim. And still, many people avoid talking about these issues because it's a taboo topic. The silence only makes things worse. So it's clear this issue doesn't affect only one person, but it's affect families, community, and the country as whole. Now, let's look at some recent data. According to the Department of Statistics, child sexual crime increased by over 25% in just 1 year, which is from 2022 until 2023. Most were cases like physical sexual assault, but other crimes like child pornography and online grooming also went up. Even though Malaysian has launched awareness campaign and introduced sex offender lists, the numbers still show the problem is still getting worse. This tells us that more need to be done, such as better law, more support for the victim, and strong public education.
Hello everyone, my name is KHADIJAH and I will summarize 3 readings based on research about pedophilia. From the article we read, one clear message stood out. Most people in Malaysia still don't fully understand what pedophilia actually is. A study from the University of Malaya found that society often sees it only as a crime without recognizing that it can also be a mental disorder. Another study in Selangor showed that many parents don't know how to identify the sign or how to talk about it with their children. And a third study from IDHAM found that many young people have strong negative view towards individuals who have these thoughts, even if they never act on them. This study suggests that we need more open conversation, better education, and less judgment if we want to prevent this issue and protect our children. Another explanation is about philosophical analysis. What do Islam and Sejahtera says? Islam clearly teaches that pedophilia is wrong. Children must be protected at all costs, and those who feel tempted are encouraged to seek help before causing any harm. Islam promotes strong value self-control and guidance from the community. The Sejahtera philosophy teach us about balance in our emotion, our thinking, and our action. It reminds us that when something like this happens, it's not just a problem in the individual, but it's a sign that something is wrong in the society too. Instead of only focusing on punishment, Sejahtera call us to care, to educate, and to support each other so that problems like this can be stopped before they start. So both Islam and Sejahtera teach us the same thing. Protect children, prevent harm early, and work together to build a safer and more compassionate community. Thank you.
Hello everyone, my name is FAIZ and today I will share how the issue of pedophilia goes against two important principles of the Rukun Negara, which is one, belief in God, and second is the mutual respect and good social behavior. The first principle, belief in God, teaches us to live with morals, religious values and respect for life. All major religions in Malaysia, Islam, Christianity, Buddhism, Hinduism and others emphasize the duty to protect the innocent, especially children. Harming a child is never acceptable. Sexual abuse of children is not only a crime under the law, but also a grave sin before God. It reflects a lack of conscience and violates our responsibility to do what is right and to protect those who cannot protect themselves. Pedophilia clearly contradicts these principles and destroys the futures of its victims. The second principle is the mutual respect and good social behavior. It calls us to build a caring and respectful community. It means treating others with kindness, empathy, and dignity while protecting those who are vulnerable. Pedophilia is the complete opposite of this. So it harms children, it breaks their trust, and take away their safety. It also damages the society. So parents become fearful, trust in adults weakens, and harmony is disrupted. Instead of respect, victims are left with trauma and lifelong scars. In conclusion, pedophilia is not just a legal issue but a deep moral violation. It breaks the values of our Rukun Negara and weakens our society. So as the Malaysians, we must unite to protect children, support victims and uphold our principles in daily life.
What did our group learn about the issue? Hi everyone, I'm ZULAIKHA. Our group learned a lot while researching the topic of pedophilia. At first, we thought the issue was a criminal matter, but through deeper reading, we found that it also involves psychology, ethics, and even philosophy. From philosophical view, we learn how to the issue relate to morality, right and wrong, and how society set limit to protect others, especially children. From a modern perspective, we saw that some experts look at pedophilia as a mental health issue too. They believe that while legal punishment is important, the therapy and support can also prevent abuse before it happens. We also realize how society react to the topic. There's a lot to fear, judgment, and stigma around it. Because of this, the issue is often hidden or misunderstood. Our group that if we want to protect children and stop abuse, we need to understand both the fact and the feeling involved. It's not easy topic to talk about, but it's very important to approach it with both logic and compassion. What did we learn from doing this assignment? This assignment really opened our eyes. It was just about doing research. It also makes face a very serious and sensitive topic. As a group, we had to talk openly and sometimes it was a bit uncomfortable. But we learned how to listen to each other and share ideas respectfully. We also realized how important teamwork is. Everyone had different strategies. So we divide the work based on that. Some of us were better at writing, others at researching, and some were more confident in giving feedback. This made the process smoother. One of the biggest lessons we learned is how to handle emotional topic in academic way. We had to balance effects we're feeling, even we had small disagreement, we learn to solve them and work together. In the end, the assignment helped us improve our teamwork, research skill, and understanding of a very difficult issue. Thank you.
Hi everyone, my name is NURHIDAYAH binti Harith. Today I want to talk about how we can deal about this issue in Malaysia. Firstly, we need to educate children about the safe and unsafe touch and who to talk if they feel uncomfortable. Secondly, parents and teachers and adults also need to be trained to spot signs and also report properly. Third, we need a mental health support. Some people with this feeling want help them should be able to get before doing harm. Therapy, religion, and also counseling can help a lot. Government must act. Nowadays, a lot of cases happen online, which is our law need to keep it up. People also need a safe and also simple way to report when something happens to them, so action can be taken fast. And when it's come to value like respect, kindness, and responsibility should be taught early at home and continue in school. This value can help guide better behavior. This issue is everyone's responsibility. If we work together with families, school, religion, government, group, and everyone can make it different. Thank you.
Hi, my name is QURRATU'AINI ZAMRI. Final thoughts on this issue to sum up everything we learned. Pedophilia is not just a crime, it's also a serious mental health issue and a moral problem that affects everyone in society. Through the assignment, we understand that some people who have this condition don't always want to hurt everyone, but they are too scared to ask for help because of shame or fear. If they can get support early, maybe we can stop something bad happening at the first place. We also saw this even through nation has strong value, like Rukun Negara, Islamic teaching, and Sejahtera philosophy. Case of children abuse are still happening. This is show that value are not enough. We need to action too. Many people still don't fully understand that pedophilia is really means, and that makes it hard to find the right solution. We noticed that people often scared to talk about this issue, but silence only makes things worse. So what we can do? We need to start by raising awareness. Parents, school, and community must teach children how to stay safe. At the same time, we need to create safe space for people who need help before they hurt someone. The government also have to make sure our law is strong, especially for online cases. Everyone have a role: family, teachers, regular leaders, and authorities. In the end, this is not just about punishing the guilty, it's about protecting the innocent. We must work together to build a society that is safe, kind, and responsible. Let's be brave to talk about these hard topics, support each other, and make sure children grow up safe and happy. Thank you.